And once again, everybody, welcome back to the Quiet Apocalypse. My name is Dexter Volpus. Let's see if we can survive. I certainly have plenty of things here that I could use to survive. I may just do a little bit of crafting here until we hit daylight. Let's take a look. Yeah, we could work on our old man's beard a little bit. Or we could, I don't know if I have, I don't really have very much wood. I think I used the last of it in our last episode. So, I'm ravenously hungry, just approaching sunrise. Maybe we should do that. Actually, I just clicked out of here. Let's do, where's my, prepared birch bark. What is this? Dried birch bark suitable for brewing. Okay. Let's just take care of some of these crafting chores. And, okay, so we've taken care of that. Let's do our old man's beard. And, mushroom. I guess I could do 2 of those. 30 minutes. Yeah. Inching our way closer to sunrise here. And rose hips. How many of these could I do? 1, 2, just 2. All right, let's do that. That probably gets us to about sunrise. It probably gets me too hungry, and it looks like it's dehydrated here as well. All right, I don't need a head wrap. Let's see. I need that. Maybe what we ought to do. Let's bring some of our clothing up to. Okay. Guess it's dark enough that I can't repair my clothes. All right. Oh yeah, it is. It's definitely dark here. Okay. I suppose. Oh, that's this show. Okay. I need to reorient myself here. Let's take a pop outside and see what's going on. I kind of think this might be a day to get going on some... Oh, there's a blizzard. It's almost like we're getting a nightly blizzard here, just about every night. There should be some logs fairly close by. I could run and process, and it doesn't matter if I really get that cold because I'm going to be able to warm up here. I'm just going to run back to the cabin and make myself a fire and do some cooking. So let's see what we can find. Usually there's some logs, or a log, laying up here on
kind
this
of thirsty
hillside somewhere. There's one right here that I can see on the horizon. And I'm thirsty, and I'm going to be pretty cold by the time I get this done. Hello. I'm standing on it. Let's do this. 45 minutes. Oof. All right. Let's see how bad this gets. Yeah, hypothermia. But now we do have daylight. I guess I can pick up a few sticks while I'm at it. Oh, there was another log over there, too. One here. It's actually turning into a nice morning. Look at those mountains coming up there on the horizon.
Looks
fantastic.
Like a new day is dawning.
Beautiful. What a game this is. A little bit of snow trickling down here from a slightly overcast sky and a nice golden orange sunrise. This is what we play this game for, or at least me. I think some people get a different experience out of it. They really like the challenge of trying to survive through the worst conditions, and I do think that there is some novelty to that. But man, when you see this and a little bit of deer walking around the hillside, the snow coming down, the trees, the sunrise. And then when you filter in the sound effects too, the birds chirping in the background and all the stuff that you get, it's just, what a game. What a game. As you can tell, I'm a fan. Okay, so we did get ourselves some water. That's cool. Do I have some newspapers or something like that? I don't know how much tinder I got. I think I got one piece of tinder out of that harvesting that I just did. So, yeah, there's a tinder plug. And why don't we do this with a stick? And yet again, I find myself without a torch. So at some point, that may come back to bite me. Let's see. Yep.
Well, that didn't
work.
work.
And that day is today. And I don't have any tinder. All right. Well, here, let's drop this stuff. Drop the sticks. Not any of them. Let's put the logs a little bit over here. Okay. All right.
Tongue feels like
I thought I had
sandpaper.
more tinder than that, guys. Oh yeah, there's those matches I dropped there the night before. I need to move those. Get my place a little bit more organized. And why am I curious? Oh, I picked up the water. That's probably it. I don't really need to offload because I'm not planning on going that far. I just need to go find some tinder. I guess I used up my birch bark getting some tea ready. Let's go wander around here a little bit. There's got to be some more tinder of some kind that I can pick up without a whole lot of time invested. Actually, before I get too carried away with this, let's get... let's see. I guess I just have this energy bar. Let's do that, and then we'll top ourselves off with some water. There's no sense in taking needless condition damage. Just for not eating when clearly we already have plenty of food. All right, let's go over here. There's a little stand of trees over this away. I can probably at least pick up some old man's beard. Yeah, I actually see some old man's beard right here.
I'd eat anything right about now.
And there's probably some birch bark or something like that that I can... Hello, I'm standing right here. Reach a little bit farther. A little farther. Man, you have to get right under this guy. Right. Just branches. I think that's gonna... I think they just harvest those into sticks. Maybe I gotta go farther up on that other hill, guys. Yeah, oh, just some more old man's beard here. Let's grab that. I guess this will be a little bit more of an exploration. I guess in theory, I think I can still try to light a fire without tinder, but that's generally not advisable. Or at least in practical real-world terms, that's really not advisable. And we're back to hypothermic again.
Cold.
I think I'm going to be okay. Boy, what's the temperature here? I'm wearing a lot more clothing than I was previously. Interesting. Well, I'm going to need tinder at some point, so I will keep searching. This went from a nice golden sunrise to quite overcast in just a short amount of time. Although, you know what's interesting about that? Usually, I think when you run into more overcast conditions, typically that corresponds to warming weather, whereas right now the weather is apparently quite cold. I'm just seeing sticks. I guess maybe what I'll do is I'm going to drop down here into this little valley and see if I can see any birch bark down there. I'm just taking a look here to verify if there's a wolf. I did hear that wolf howling earlier. Usually I think in this valley the wolves come from over that direction. And I'm not specifically seeing anything moving out there. So we'll do this. And for those of you, if you haven't seen the prior episodes in this playthrough, I did find a bow. I found one arrow, which I lost. I didn't lose it. I know where it ended up. I did actually hit that wolf with the arrow, but he ran off with that arrow stuck into his body, and it fell out somewhere, apparently. I found that carcass, and the arrow was gone. So I lost the one arrow that I had found in this game. I do have one birch sapling, which is curing now in the trapper's cabin. So if I wait, another couple days probably, I'll be back in business as far as bows and arrows are concerned. But until then, the best I've got, let's see, I've got the flares. I think I had there's the flare gun. This is the best I've got. I do have 13 rounds for this thing. Man, this is certainly an interesting playthrough. I have not found a rifle, and I have not found, I guess there's a revolver now. I have not found a revolver. And I'm not even sure, I mean, in theory, if they're designing this game fairly close to real life, in theory there ought to be some benefit to using a revolver against a wolf. It should be able to kill a wolf, but sometimes this game has interesting ideas about what they want to accomplish in the gameplay. So I can't take that for granted. Let's put this away for now. I don't think I'm going to run into any wolves up here. And I am not finding any birch bark, guys. I think, this is what I'm doing. I think I left a newspaper in the little hunting blind that's down here by the pond. So I wanted to drop down there. I think way out there on the horizon there's a wolf that's going up that ridge. That is pretty common in my experience to find a wolf there, and I'm not seeing a bear. So I think I'm okay bear-wise. And that wolf went up that ridge. Alright, let's drop down here and see. I think there was a newspaper right here. Alright, so we do have some tinder. This was a long journey to take just for a little bit of tinder. Oh, there's some deer. And they're running. Oh, it's because that wolf. Ah. Okay, so they're maintaining a buffer between themselves and that wolf. It's interesting. I wonder if I could scare them over there and have that wolf kill one of them for me. Probably something to do at a time where I am not hypothermic. And I hear crows. Yep, there's crows flying. And I don't know if this is an urban legend or whether there's some validity to this. Supposedly, when the crows are flying, the rumor always was that the weather was about to change. Like they were weather crows. Again, I'm sure somebody's done the research on that. But I have not. I've just sort of... Whoa! Guys, how did I walk by this? This whole journey was totally worth it. Look at this stand of birch trees. Alright. My hunting problems are soon to be solved within a few days here. I think, 3 or 4 days, something like that it takes for these guys to cure. Yeah, and then I'm going to I guess my next course of action would be, okay, so all I need to do is make it through the next few days. And then I can make my first batch of arrows, because I do have, I think, 2 or 3 arrowheads. So I can make my first batch of arrows. Then I can go back to Forlorn, or actually, yeah, Forlorn is where the forge is. So I can go to Forlorn Muskeg and forge a whole bag. I did bring back a ton of scrap metal. So I've got a lot of scrap metal that I can bring back and make some arrowheads. I think I have to do that with a forge. I don't think I can do that with just a workbench, although maybe before I make my long-term plans, I should verify that my assumption is correct. One branch. There we go. All right. What's that? Man, I've been talking my way through about, what is that, maybe 40% condition loss here. Just quietly narrating my own death in this game. Okay, so let's move. Got plenty of energy. Let's get back and get a fire started. Hopefully it'll work this time. Because this is still my only... I guess this is the other strange thing about this. Usually, I would find quite a few cattails, particularly around the camp office. And then again, particularly, actually even down there by that hunter's blind, I would very often find cattails. I haven't been finding a whole lot of cattails in this game. I don't know if that's something that they I don't know, would you call that nerfed? Buffed, maybe? I don't know if they eliminated more cattails from the game, because as a food source, the cattails were kind of broken, guys, to be honest with you. I have been around a lot of cattails in my life. I have not eaten a cattail in my life, but I kind of get the feeling that there may not be as much benefit to a cattail as this game might have you believe. Just my gut impression. I have no scientific data to back that up. Alright, and we're back. And we're hungry. It's probably going to be an ongoing thing here. Okay. Let's see if we can get a fire. Oh, before we do that, I want to do this as soon as possible. Where's my current birch? Right here. Let's drop a few more of these bad boys down. Are they here? Yes, they are. Let's get these guys going. Drop all. And then this guy is 40%. Okay. And then also, where's my 3 arrowheads? So I think that first birch sapling, if I'm remembering this correctly, I think that turns into 3 arrows. So I can probably mount all 3 of these arrowheads. And I've got this bow, and I should have enough security to make it to the forge. And now that I'm hearing myself say this, let's just make sure. Yeah, I can do an arrow shaft. A simple arrow. Okay, but that's... Okay, where do I do an arrowhead? Apparently not here. So yeah, I probably do need the forge in order to make the arrowheads. So, I do need to make a trip to Muskeg. Okay. Now, having done all of this, can we get a fire going? Chance of success 55. Chance of success 70. Man, just moving between cardboard matches and the fire striker. Well, the wood matches give us 60. I guess I better use the fire striker. I don't want to go looking for more tinder, guys. I just want this thing to work. Do I want it bad? No, I really need to save that accelerant. I try not to use accelerant unless it's really an emergency. As you saw, what would this be, a few videos ago, I really had to save my own life, and that accelerant did come in handy. I need to save those for those types of uses. So let's just try this with the fire striker. which is kind of ironic because between you and me, when I've used ferro rods, I wouldn't say that I found them to be more reliable than matches. Maybe that's just me. All right, 3 minutes. Oh, shoot. Add fuel. Stick. Yes. Okay. And we do have, I think let's just grab all these because I think we're going to be doing some cooking today. And fuel, that's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Let's just do this. I don't want to use up all my sticks. If anything, this fire is going to be going for quite a while, and I may just hop back outside and bust up some more of those logs that were laying around there. But let's drop these sticks. I don't need to carry 13 sticks with me. Okay. Now, let's see here. The herbal teas, I don't remember what specific. I think they just help you heal. What does the birch bark do? Now improve from birch for a drink to gradually restore some loss. So this is like the natural version of the herbal tea, I think. Let's do some of this. Okay. And let's cook. I guess let's just start working through this. Let's cook our mushroom tea. Okay. We've got essentially 10 minutes. Is there like some I think it's going to take me longer to repair clothing than this. 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't want to spend that much time, guys. Oh, I'm carrying these boots. Actually, if I'm just going to be doing stuff around here, I'm going to put the boots on and let me drop the shoes over here in the locker. Oh, well, that's my food storage. I don't want to store my shoes with my food. It doesn't sound really... actually, you know what? I'm going to set them down over here by the door. So that way, hopefully, if I forget that I'm wearing the boots... Oh, I'm at 11% condition on these bad boys. They served me well. It's probably because of all the falling that I did. Trying to get over to that... until burnt. Okay, cool. Let's take that before it's burnt. The fire is wasting. More mushrooms. Let's do that. And then I guess we're probably down to our rose hips. Perfect. And there's a random shelf here that I probably can't actually store stuff on here because of all of the decorations that are on there. I guess I can harvest some cloth, and I don't want to use my knife for that. Perfect. And, oh, I do have some more rose hips. Cool. And what should I cook here? I think so long as I'm doing this, I should get some coffee going. That's going to be helpful. I do need coffee if I'm going to start making a trip to Muskeg. That's going to be a bit of a hike. Usually, and I'm just going to make a prediction here, so whenever this happens, we can see if it comes true. Typically, what happens with me is I wait for a nice day, I hike out to Muskeg, and everything's fine. And then when I do whatever it is that I need to do at Muskeg, and then I head back, it cooks up a heck of a storm for me, and I end up having to hide it out, usually in the train car that's there in Muskeg, or sometimes in the tunnel. Once you get back to, let's take these before I'm too busy talking, and I get rid of them. The tunnel that you reach when you get back to the transition between Mystery Lake and Forlorn Muskeg. I've hit out there before. I've actually nearly died in that tunnel trying to get a fire started. I remember that from, it's been quite a while ago. And again, for those of you who maybe haven't watched my first few videos, a little bit of background on me. I got this game sometime in, I'm going to guess it was maybe 2016. and I think it was still in a beta. I don't think it was fully a fully released game. And then played it for, boy, I don't know, probably, I'm going to guess 3 years or so. And eventually, I left gaming entirely. And that hasn't been totally for the worse. I got a lot of things accomplished in that time. And I don't really intend to get much back into gaming, but the one game that I really... Oh, I think I'm out of water. Okay. Well, fortunately, we've got a solution for that. So, to continue this train of thought, the one thing that I have missed out of the gaming that I've done is The Long Dark. It's a heck of a game, guys. They've done a really good job with it, Hinterland has. And it's not just the merits of the game itself. I guess the other thing about me that I've probably mentioned before, but I really enjoy the outdoors. I really enjoy nature. I am very often outside. If I can, I will hunt. If it's not a hunting season, then I will typically fish, or even just hiking, or anything that's getting me outside. What is this? Oh, that's my books that I'm not going to be able to read right now. Let's do a little bit of organizing here so I don't have piles of stuff on the floor. So I've done a lot of the things personally that it portrays in this game. I've done quite a lot of winter camping most of my life. I've lived in places that have the full 4 seasons. A lot of winters, very cold winters. I've actually winter camped in snow shelters before, snow caves that I dug myself. I have winter camped in, I'm in the United States, so I'm using Fahrenheit temperatures. I've camped in temperatures as low as negative 25 degrees and survived. So a lot of the things that they're portraying in this game relate to my personal experiences. And it's fun in the moments that I can't actually physically get outside and do these things myself. It's fun to do these things in the game, isn't it? So instead of carrying all this stuff around, I think while I'm waiting... Yeah, I almost ran myself out of water here. So let's do this. Let's get these bad boys stored here on this shelf. I guess this will be my drink shelf. Is this another... Yeah, that's a coffee. So we're going to put the coffees up here. Here's another one. Come on. No, just cooperate, dude. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. And I think... Oh, did I do 4 coffees? I suppose I did. And what about... I thought I dropped a... I should have had some teas. What happened to... Maybe they're here. Yep, okay. Birch bark tea. Those guys. Okay, cool. Rishi tea. I guess this will be my Rishi tea shelf. Here's another one. Scoot that guy back in there. Birch bark. Let's put him down here. Rose hips. I think I probably will tend to use maybe more often. I wish I could get rid of that thing so I can actually use my shelf. But there we go. Now this is starting to look a lot more like home. I've got a lot of pre-made... Oh, and these guys are even sort of hovering. I guess they're sitting on the lip of this shelf here, and they're not falling over. That's pretty amusing. All right, so how much time do I have to work with? 60. Oh, that's until melted. So I've got, I think it's another hour, right? So it's an hour and 14 minutes. My fire is good for at least that long, so let's call it an hour. If I want to keep doing this, and I kind of do, I think what I need to do is get outside and bust up some more logs. And this is another part of my personal experience, guys. I spent a few years living somewhere where It was totally off grid. There was no electricity, no natural gas. Of course, the only heat that we had was fire heat. So I have split a lot of logs over the years. And I actually have fond memories of it. That probably would intimidate a lot of people, maybe. I don't know. Probably some people are really into that and think it would be a lot of fun, and it kind of is. If that's your personal orientation, it can be a lot of fun splitting wood. Even though I now live somewhere where we get public utilities, I still do quite a bit of wood splitting. I almost thought there was a wolf over there, guys. That's why I was checking out that hillside, but it looks like it's probably just a branch. All right. I don't have a lot of time. 45 minutes. Okay, cool. We can do that. So, yeah. I do split a lot of... we've got a fire pit out in the backyard, and I still do enjoy that quite a lot. Especially during the cooler months. Go out in the evenings, make a fire, just sit back and enjoy being out in a cool evening with a warm fire. I don't know why I'm conserving my energy. I guess I'm just used to these short little sprints when I'm traveling to try to conserve some energy, but I don't really need to do that here now, do I? So let's get back here, and I think that these fir logs, if I recall the way that this game works, the fir burns longer than the cedar does. Let's see if that's true. Add fuel. It doesn't really say, but let's throw this on here. That's like an hour and a half. Yeah. You know what we ought to do? Let's just do this. We're going to make this a cooking day. I didn't specifically have this in mind. Okay, this is done. 8 minutes until boil. Now that I have water, let's finish off our coffee. See, this guy's got 6 minutes. Okay, what can I do for 6 minutes? I need to make the most out of... Really need... I already have hooks. I don't think I can do a whole lot here, fellas. Yeah. I think this is just my full list. So yeah, I can't really do a whole lot. But what's this? I don't know what these are. Oh, this is forging? Maybe that's what it is. Forging. Oh, okay. So yes, this answers my question. So I did need a forge, and I need a hammer. Okay, I forgot about that. That was probably... I'm sure the hammer is an old part of the game. Probably when they introduced forging, it would require a hammer. That seems pretty intuitive. And I do not have one. I don't know if I'm likely to find one in Muskeg or not. I know I have not found one here. Maybe that's something that I do need to go to Muskeg for. Oh, I have a container under here? I guess I probably don't see that often because of it just being down there in the shadows. And I do have a recycled can that I don't really need to carry with me. Let's just drop this here by the fire. That's where I'm keeping my cans. Here we go. So wait. I guess maybe, well, I can't really read books if I'm doing tea. Or coffee. Yep. So I will lose that. I guess what I'll do, I'm going to use up the rest of my teas and coffees, and then I'm just going to get water going and use water for the last bit of fire that I've got here. Use that for making water. Cool. Alright, 7 minutes. I have these little tiny increments of time that I can do something with. And I need to figure out what I can do. I can go around and spray paint stuff. This is kind of comedy to me, guys. And maybe some of you have figured out how to get some good use out of your spray paint. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I would use the spray paint for, other than making funny pictures. Maybe inappropriate. Well, if this is going on YouTube, maybe I'm not going to do inappropriate pictures. But you can see where I'm going with this. I don't specifically know that I have a use for it. Okay, that's almost ready to burn. That's 1 minute. Coffee. I will have plenty of coffee. I guess that's good news. The bad news is that I have no outhouse here. So we're just going to be raw dogging it in the snow. Alright. Well, I have to kill something for 7 minutes. Kill time for 7 minutes. I guess I don't need this crate. That'll take me 8 minutes. There we go. I think I have too many more of these left and I should be done. Now, oh, I don't have any guts. So I guess I'm going to leave this over here. And guys, what I'm referring to is I do want to make some snares. There's some rabbits that live on the hill. And I want to start trapping them. I do for 4 minutes besides just sit and stare. Here's another crate. That'll take me 8 minutes. That'll take me 15 minutes. I don't know if I really want to use my hatchet or not. I'm overthinking it. Let's just go for it. I do have some spare hatchets that I found in other places. And this is Voyager, guys. So I know it's not the most aggressive style of gameplay. But with me just coming back to this game after quite a few years of really not playing video games of any kind, this is what I settled on as far as what I wanted to do to start playing again. Ooh, 22 minutes. I don't want to do that. That's a little too much overrun on the time. What about the stool? Or bench, I guess. 15 minutes? Sure. Cleaning up a little bit of the leftovers here that I don't really need. Yep, there's nothing. Okay, cool. Let's get going with our fire remaining is 3 hours. We got plenty of time to do this. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I clicked on cook, didn't I? Okay. Cool. Now we've got 2 hours to work with. Let's get some food. I guess I need to grab some food out of my pantry here. What would be good? I think I'm just about dehydrated, so I don't mind. Yeah, let's use up these chips. That's a low quality food that I can just get rid of. I do want to save the sodas for when I am traveling. So I think it's just going to be chips and water. Well, okay. That'll work. I can eat the other bag of chips later. That is what is this? Dinner of Champions. I can now read... Probably should read my other fire book. Because I need to boost my fire as quickly as possible so that I don't burn through my matches.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Dude, how are you hungry? You just had a bag of ketchup chips. Inconceivable. Alright. Ooh, these are almost boiled dry. How much fire time do I have? 4. So I could probably do... let's see, 45 minutes.
I'm gonna need to rest
This would take
soon.
me 30 minutes. That would take me... I guess we're going to do this. And unfortunately, I can't read a book for 30 minutes. I don't think. So I need to do some. I did have, let's see, this chair. I think was 22 minutes. I can bust that down. What a day of survival, guys. Let's drop off
think
my...
my
I
stomach
should
is
have
eating
several
itself.
reclaimed... Yeah, 6. Need all of those. Frankly, I don't need any of them. And... put my stick over here in my stick collection of all of my favorite sticks. Sounds like these guys... Yep, they're almost ready to be boiled dry. Alright, and let me take a torch out of here. Get rid of it. And put it away. Can I take another torch? No, I cannot. Alright, well at least I have a torch, which is going to be solving one of the problems that I have consistently had in this game up until now. I don't know, is this a pretty good day of survival, guys? Let's, I think the last thing we need to do, here we go. Get rid of the coffees first. Get my coffees up on the coffee shelf. We should be good. I can put a bunch of water. I think I'm probably carrying around like several liters of water that I can drop off in my little pantry there in the storage. Come on, in the storage locker. That would be also helping me with my weight. I think that's all the coffees. Okay, let's do my herbal teas. Yeah, I've got 5 liters of water. I don't need to be carrying around that much water. Yeah, okay. Let's do my herbal teas. And I think I was putting those, I think this is my reishi tea. Or, birch bark tea. Which I think is the equivalent of the herbal tea. Well, I guess I'm running out of space here, guys. Maybe I need to... There we go. What's are we missing here? I'm losing daylight. So to see these cups in the fading twilight of the quiet apocalypse. I think that's all my cups. I guess if not, I'm going to wake up in the morning and find more. All right. I do need more food. Really didn't want to do this again, but let's think. The Pinnacle Peaches do not have a great... it's half a kilo for these peaches. The tin of sardines. I think the peaches gets me plenty of calories. Oh, and I even have more coffee. Well, I'm going to save that for next time. Actually, I may bring coffee with me to Muskeg. That might be what this guy is for. I might bring this guy to Muskeg with me so that I can have some coffee at the forge. And it's going to carry a lot easier if it's not cooked than, of course, if it's cooked. Let me transfer, I don't know what, probably 3 liters? Yeah, that'll work. Let's bring this over here so that I don't forget that I have them there. And I think this will probably be fine. I think I'll eat the peaches. I don't think I need the dog food. I'm going to import that over just in case, because at some point I'm going to need to eat breakfast regardless. So, where are we at here? Pinnacle Peaches. Let's see what we've got. 450 calories. I don't know if that gets me through a night of sleeping. Probably do have to go for the dog food, guys. Can of wet dog food. Smells bad, but eating it is better than starving. Probably. Fingers crossed. Okay, we didn't get sick. And now we've got some more cans to get rid of, and frankly, I don't really need that many more cans, but I guess so long as I have them. Actually, I may keep those in my inventory so that when I go to Muskeg, I have some cans with me, because I do not have any pots. I did find another pot. I don't even remember where I found that pot now, to be honest with you, but I did have another pot, I think, that I got on my trip to Carter Hydro Dam. So that is stashed somewhere, maybe either at the dam or at the man camp on the way back. Or maybe it might be at the fire lookout. But regardless, it's not here with me, and I don't know that I'll want to bring a pot with me to Muskeg
So tired, I could just
if
lay down right
I'm
here.
if I'm going to be hauling a bunch of metal back and forth. So I'm probably going to be operating off of cans. With that said, I think we've reached the end of this episode, and I appreciate you guys watching. Stay warm, stay sharp, and I will see you next time in the Long Dark.